Hey everyone, thank you for joining us this week for GCTV's The Other Side. I'm your host, TJ Schrier. We have a lot going on this week, but before we do, I would like to present our co-anchor, Ms. Michele Negri. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, TJ. I'm very excited to be here and be a part of the GCTV team. Later in the show, we'll have info on campus events, club meetings, sports, how to survive college financially, as well as my interview with the very cool guys from GCTV's The Crew. But first, we have what's going on in the community.
Panama City Beach Spring Break presents the 2014 5K Runs, a series of fun 5K runs with t-shirts and prizes for vacationers and locals as well. The race series will begin on March 5th and will run through April 2nd. Registration fee is $25. The race day registration will begin at 10:30 a.m. at Frank Brown Park. The 5K will begin at noon. Walkers are also welcome. Register by calling or visiting the 5kspringbreak.com.
Kaleidoscope Theater presents as its fifth production of the 43rd regular season the comedy Well, Farewell, a heartwarming winning comedy by Kat Delaney. Esmeralda Quip is an 80-year-old retired actress whose meager government pension is insufficient to support her. She is still of sound mind, but her body is beginning to come unglued, and she quickly realizes after being arrested for attempting to bury her dead cat in her landlord's backyard that there may be some possibility for survival and sense of community, not to mention free room and board as a guest of the prison system.
The chaos continues as Esmeralda tries to convince the legal system she should be incarcerated, literally, for life. Directed by Sandy Wilson, the production features veteran KT actress Ania Jean Plum as Esmeralda, as well as Pat Barnes, Susan Creamer, Linda Hawk, and so much more.
The production runs 3 weekends beginning March 7 through March 23rd. Friday and Saturday night performances start at 7:30 p.m. with Sunday matinees beginning at 2 p.m. Adults are $16, seniors and military $15, students $8 when pre-reserved by calling 265-3226. Door prices are just $1 higher. For additional information on this and upcoming productions, go to Kaleidoscope Theater's website at kt-online.org.
March 9th is the Finding Faith Awareness Ride and Screening, which is sponsored by First Baptist Church and Harley-Davidson. Harley-Davidson will host the ride. Sign-up is between 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. The police will escort the riders from Harley-Davidson at 4 p.m. and head east over the Hathaway Bridge to First Baptist Church to arrive by 5 p.m. The cost is $10, and it benefits the human trafficking victims in our area.
Starting at 6 o'clock, First Baptist Church will host the screening of Finding Faith, a family-friendly film starring Eric Estrada of Chips fame, who will present at the screening and stay afterwards for autographs and photo ops. This event is sponsored by Safe Surfing Foundation of Northwest Florida, Human Trafficking Coalition, and is free and open to the public, recommended for children ages 10 and up.
Safe Surfing Foundation and Northwest Florida Human Trafficking Coalition will be available for questions with information booths to bring awareness and educate parents and children in the dangers of the internet crimes against children in our area. Doors open at 5 p.m. and the film starts at 6 p.m.
To all the brides in the Panama City area, be sure to come to the Spring Bridal Fair. Bring your bridesmaids and your family and make this your one-stop shopping spree for your special day. There's no entrance fee, so come and enjoy. There will be door prizes given out to brides during 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. from the vendors participating in this fair. Location is at the Palms Conference Center, 9201 Front Beach Road, Panama City Beach, Florida. Contact number 624-4150. Looking to get involved and connected with people, or maybe even expand your mind, or even enjoy a European vacation that's affordable? Here's what you need to know on our wonderful clubs here at Gulf Coast State College. It's time for Club Connect.
SGA is sponsoring a trip to Germany in May of next year to learn more about World War II. If you are interested in learning about that, as well as see some of the sights and sounds of Germany, stop by the SGA office. Community Awareness Day is coming up on Wednesday, March 12th. Come to the cafeteria at 10 a.m. to learn more about organizations from the area that provide service to the community.
On March the 13th, Dr. Peter Bogason, a professor of philosophy from Portland State University, will be delivering a presentation entitled Critical Thinking Crash Course in the Amelia Center from 12:30 p.m. to 2. And officially on March the 17th until the 23rd is spring break.
Woohoo, woohoo. CFI had a great success with Darwin Day. The 3-day event had a lot of activities. I got to see what all the activities were.
February 12th was Darwin Day. Darwin Day is all about celebrating the man who discovered evolution. Center for Inquiry spent the first half of last week celebrating in style. They had plenty of events going on, all with the sole purpose of spreading the word about Darwin's discovery.
Darwin Day is promoting Charles Darwin's birthday. He would be today 205 years old if he were alive. He was born in the early 19th century, and during the early 19th century, he discovered and ended up publishing eventually his theory of evolution by natural selection. And it's essentially our origins. It's where we come from, and so we want people to know that. It's absolutely fascinating, and I don't know why more people aren't interested. So that's exactly what we're trying to promote with this.
Jacob Brown and the rest of the members of CFI had a fun-filled week. Monday was the beginning of the chalk drawing contest, which was set just outside the cafeteria. Tuesday, they were in the library, showing the evolution of the skulls from the primate to the human. And then finally, on Wednesday, they wrapped up with the main event on the 3rd floor of the ATC building, where they showed a video of the history of Darwin's discovery of evolution.
To express it to the community, it's important because, for one, it's where we come from, and I'm absolutely fascinated knowing where I've come from. So I think more people should know the truth about that. Also, our location being where it is in the southeastern U.S., it is more difficult to be able to promote an idea like this or an understanding like this, because a lot of people have preconceptions about how the world works and they choose not to accept it. So we're really trying to push that acceptance based on the evidence itself. You know, if people didn't accept gravity, it'd be the same thing. We'd be trying to push it because it's very important.
On the 11th of March, a committee meeting will take place in the SGA office at 12:45, and on Tuesday, March 18th, a voting meeting will take place on the Student Union West Board Room, 3rd floor, from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And that concludes our segment of Club Connect.
Looking for a cheap date or just want to get out and watch a great film or two? For info on how to get entertained for no cost, here's the other side's Caleb Erskine for our What's Happening segment. So Caleb, you're telling us we can watch not one, but 2 movies and save money at the same time?
That's right, Michelle. If you're looking for something to do on Friday, March 7th is a great night to make some plans.
On Friday, March 7th, there will be a drive-in movie event.
On Friday,
the movies that will be playing are The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Frozen. Catching Fire is the continuation of the story about a young woman who overcomes all of the odds even though they are not in her favor. The movie is full of action and romance, so it's a good movie that everyone can enjoy. Frozen is a Disney animated film about being yourself and how love conquers all. Admission is free for all students with their Gulf Coast State College student ID and to children 12 and under. There will be a $2 charge for anyone else 12 and over. Concessions will be present through both showings, so if you're hungry, don't worry. I got to ask more about the event when I spoke with Catherine Cannon.
I love these events. I've been going to them for a really long time, since before I was a student, because my mom works here, and I've always really liked them. They're a lot of fun. At the last drive-in, we had something about 150 cars with about a total of 300 people. So we're hoping for the same amount, if not more. We're excited. Yeah, it was our biggest last drive-in was our biggest drive-in that we've had in 5 years. There will be pizza, glow sticks, popcorn, nachos, and other stuff.
Frozen will play at 6:30, and Catching Fire will play at 8:30 on Friday in the grass field next to the maintenance building by the Technology Center.
again, Frozen will play at 6:30, and Catching Fire will play at 8:30 on Friday in the grass field next to the maintenance building by the Technology Center. See you there for the double feature. I'm Caleb Erskine reporting from the other side. Now back to Michelle.
Thank you so much, Caleb. That concludes our segment of What's Happening.
Gulf Coast State College men's baseball and softball team have been busy lately, so it's time to check in on Brad Warnick and see what's going on in sports. Brad, can you tell us what's all going on?
Thanks, TJ. The Commodores played Owens Community College on March 4th as part of the Gulf Coast Classic. Starting pitcher Matt Foster had 4 strikeouts in 3 innings, earning him his second win of the season. 7 different Commodores players recorded RBIs, with freshman Woody Edwards and freshman Matt Barlett each recording 3 RBIs. Third baseman Ryan Kojal was 4 for 4 with 2 doubles and 3 runs. Commodores won 14-4. In their second game of the day, the Commodores played the College of Lake County. Starting pitcher Jordan Worthington pitched 5 2/3 innings with 4 strikeouts, only giving up 2 earned runs. Nick Flair and Christian Williams each hit a double and had 2 runs apiece, leading the Commodores to a 4-3 win over the College of Lake County. Now back to you, TJ.
Thanks, Brad. And again, that was Brad Warnick, our sports anchor, for our segment of sports.
Are you broke? Well, realistically, most people are, especially if you're struggling to make it through college. And for that reason, we have a few trusty tips on how to be financially stable and not lose your mind on today's segment of the College Survival Guide. TJ, it's that time.
Whoa, what time is it?
It's time to survive.
Of course. But we can't do it without our ginormous College Survival Guide book.
Well, of course not. Time to crack open that book.
Well, you're going to pull it out, right? Well, you're the new person. You have to do the hard work. Ouch. All right, let's see. Let's find this. Nope. It's not here. It's going to be here somewhere. There's so many pictures about money in here. I know, seriously. Oh, wait, no. Of course, it's further up. It's further up right about here. All right. So here it is. Our topic this week is about being financially stable. And actually, earlier today, I got a chance to sit down with 2 members of the financial aid office. So let's check that out.
Today I'm here with Miss Lauren Armstrong and Miss Ursula Backus, and we're here to talk about financial aid, being financially stable, in this case, as part of our College Survival Guide segment. We thank you, ladies, for showing up today. Mm-hmm. First question I would like to ask is, what is y'all's position at the financial aid office?
I'm the coordinator of financial aid.
And what exactly do you do over there, coordinating-wise?
I basically handle when students don't always complete all their classes and they owe money back to financial aid. Then I calculate how much they owe back and kind of handle that process. And also some different scenarios that come into the office. I kind of do a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I'm a financial aid advisor, and I administer the Federal Work Study Program as well. So I assist students in completing their FAFSA application. If they're selected for verification, I collect certain documents to complete their FAFSA, and I also place students in positions around campus.
And that seems like a lot of work to be able to do to help students out a lot. Does it seem?
Sometimes they're busier than others. So.
Well, our topic this week for College Survival Guide is about being financially stable. So you obviously guys have different kinds of students coming in each day. So what kind of students do you guys see at the office?
We see a variety of students, anyone from a student that's fresh out of high school to veterans to a middle-aged person that's looking to find a different career path. I mean, we see it all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, but out of all those students, which is the most common one?
Most commonly, it's the students who are fresh out of high school.
Now, are they mostly ones that have a lot of money, or they seem like they have no money and they're trying to figure out what to do?
I think it's a combination of both, but it's easier for students, I think, to get financial aid when they're in high school and they start planning early. So.
How important do you guys think it is to get all that done while they're still in high school, so when they come in, they'll be all set up?
Well, it's essential. For example, with the Bright Future Scholarship, they have to qualify for that in high school. We just get the names from the state and disperse the grant. So by the time you graduate high school, you could have missed an opportunity for that. So. Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of Bright Future Scholarship, there's obviously all different kinds of grants and loans. Can you guys give me a list of all the names of these grants and loans?
Well, there are different sort of pools of money. You have both federal and state. So for the federal, the one that students kind of go after the most is, of course, the Pell Grant. That's the most common. And then state, you have Florida Student Assistant Grant, the Bright Futures that Lauren mentioned earlier. Student loans, most students apply for the direct sub and unsubsidized loan. So there are other alternatives, private loans through a bank and that sort of thing, but mostly students apply through loans through the college itself.
So why do students go for the loan if they don't get, what makes them have to go for the loan if they can't get the grants?
Well, sometimes that's all they qualify for, you know, and if that's their only option, then, you know, it's a fairly good one as long as you borrow conservatively.
Mm-hmm. So getting to the process of getting the loans or the grants, how does one sign up?
It kind of begins with the FAFSA, going online at FAFSA.gov and entering, you know, your personal information, and it's income-based, the FAFSA, so, you know, they're going to ask some tax information. That kind of sees, you know, what a student would qualify for as far as federal funds, like if any free funds, like Pell Grants, or that's the first step in applying for a Stafford loan. There's other grants that piggyback on the FAFSA, and so that's really the first step.
Mm-hmm. So this is going to be like a question that I've been wanting to ask. Once the full year of school is over and summer comes around, obviously you're going to get a bunch of students coming in. What is that like exactly?
It can become pretty hectic.
It's crazy.
Especially students that sort of wait till the last minute and really want us to complete their application and award them aid. And our recommendation is that students start early spring applying with the FAFSA to see if you're eligible for Pell Grant student loans, researching scholarship opportunities. So you really, really want to start in spring, as you may be eligible for more funding than you would if you applied sort of middle of the summer when it's hectic and most of that money has been awarded at that point.
Right, because I remember my first time applying at Gulf Coast, I kind of waited till the last minute, and it made me feel like, you know, I feel like I didn't get as much as I was hoping for. And then later on I started learning, okay, so now if I maybe start doing it ahead of time, it might actually help out and benefit more. So that is a definite plus, to be able to get that done as early as you can. Now, obviously you guys were once students. Y'all gone through college. What was that experience like for you guys financially wise?
Well, I had the prepaid Florida scholarship. Well, I had that, and I also had Bright Futures, so that really helped out a lot. But I also searched out community scholarships, and I ended up getting a scholarship from Sallie Mae that helped with my books. So that was good, but I also worked, and I worked like 2 jobs at one time, so yeah.
Very, very similar scenario for me. I did not qualify for need-based aid like the Pell Grant, so most of my financial aid was Bright Futures Scholarship, local community scholarships, the Foundation Scholarship through Gulf Coast, because I was a Gulf Coast student, and I also had Chapter 35 veterans benefits, and I worked a part-time job as well.
Now, what exactly is the Chapter 35 benefit?
That is VA benefits that are granted to students whose parents are either 100% disabled, that are a veteran, of course, or have passed away. So these benefits are given to their children and dependents.
Right. So through all that, how did you stay financially stable?
What can I ask what you're referring to as financially stable?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
obviously you
confused.
guys had jobs you had to, and then you had to balance out going to work and going to college, and you obviously had bills to pay and everything. What was it that helped you guys stay financially stable?
It was really the combination for me of, you know, the prepaid that I had, the scholarships, and working, and not taking out student loans.
And just being very budget conscious. I mean, I had an Excel file that I created, and I would keep up with my expenses and track my expenses every month. So it is being
Responsible.
and yeah.
So with that being said, with new students coming in each year and they're trying to figure out what to do, what kind of advice would you be able to give them?
Well, apply early for sure. And if you do have to take out student loans, don't borrow more than what you need. It's easy to, get into a bad situation. It's not fun to repay student loans, that's for sure. And also keep your grades up. That's a really big thing. A lot of these scholarships and grants that you apply for, you don't have to be full-time. I think that's a common misconception. Just take what you know that you can pass with a C or betters, because with some of these, scholarships and grants that are offered, students actually have to pay them back if they don't pass their classes. So it's not a road many people want to go down.
I would say be proactive. So a lot of students are under the impression that the FAFSA application is just, that's it, that's the gateway. But some students are selected for a process called verification, which may entail additional documents to complete their FAFSA. So be proactive. Check your Gulf Coast email account, see if we require anything from you. Make sure that you check your financial aid tab from your Lighthouse account to ensure that you've actually been awarded aid and that your FAFSA was completed.
So where's the financial aid office located at?
We're in the Student Affairs building. We're right down the hall from admissions.
All right. So you guys heard. For any new students who are coming in, be sure to stop by the administrations, look for the financial aid office, and these two lovely ladies will be able to help you guys out. And we appreciate you guys taking time coming out here and talking with us.
Sure.
So now it's time to talk to some students in our segment, Student Talk.
I got to sit down and chat with some students who are also digital media majors and just so happened to have an awesome talk show right here on GCTV about 5 guys talking about guy things. Some members from the show, The Crew, shared with me some very interesting things about them, the show, and what the experience is like. A group of very interesting guys bringing us what they find interesting. Joining me today from GCTV's newest talk show, The Crew, we have the cuddly Amon Filyal.
Hello, how are you doing?
And the adorable Trip Wisser.
It's me. I'm cuddly.
Welcome, guys.
I mean, adorable.
Thank you for joining me today. So before we get started, tell me something interesting about you guys, something we may not already know or something you may not want us to know.
You want to go first?
I love Disney movies. They're just like a good place to escape, and they have a lot of life lessons that take you through like every age, which is really interesting. You watch as a kid, and then you see something when you watch as an adult that you was there the whole time, but you didn't grasp as a kid.
Life lessons.
Very cool.
If your girl dies, jump into a pit of dead people and save her. That's what Hercules taught me.
Well, that's good.
Trip, tell us something about you.
I have an amazing mother who gave birth to me 19 years ago.
Aw.
Hi.
Well, that's
Shout
very
out to
sweet.
Penny Lane Wisser.
You're awesome.
Nice. Great. So let's get started. So guys, tell us about GCTV's newest talk show, The Crew.
It's awesome.
It's what happens when greatness meets the opportunity to be even greater.
Cool.
What happens when 5 guys get together with a camera? Basically, that's what it is.
Now, one of my favorite episodes was episode 2, the Maze Edition. Tell us about that, Amon and Trip. I'm glad you survived it.
So much went wrong with that.
Right.
We were in the library for, I think we shot 2 days.
Yeah.
One day was completely horrible. We didn't know what we were doing, so we scrapped it all and just went through the maze blindfolded.
It was
It's our best idea.
It was intense.
I have to say, was that high-pitched screaming, was that really you? Or
We did not add anything. That was
that was
really Amon.
That was not
Okay,
me.
yeah, because I was dying laughing from that. And Trip, did smelling your way out of there, did that trick really work?
It did. I smelled fresh air and walked towards it.
Now, you guys have a segment called Random Thoughts. What has been your favorite random
Potato.
thought?
No.
Did we do the Kate Upton one, or did I just like imagine that? Because Kate
You
Upton.
did do that
You
one.
said I
I
got
saw
a
that
restraining
one.
order from her.
Cool.
What was that? I forgot.
Kate Upton. She's what happens when gorgeous meets the potential to be even more gorgeous.
Okay.
I don't like her that much.
We're actually getting married, but she doesn't know about it yet. So
Oh, nice.
cool. Yeah.
For those who need advice on what to do about girlfriends with stinky feet or how to stop buying video games, as you guys have mentioned in past shows, how can your fans and viewers contact you to get some answers?
CommodoreProd.gmail.com
Or Facebook
hashtag
the Crew 5.
As I slur my words.
It's really hard to find, but just, go to one of our Facebooks and the link will be somewhere around there.
All right, well, cool. Now, you have a segment in the Crew where you give advice to men, what you guys call man-vice.
What was that?
Spring break is coming up. What kind of man-vice can you leave us with?
Don't go if you're in a relationship.
Don't
Take
go
a lot of beads.
to spring break?
Yeah, don't participate in spring break if you're in a relationship.
Okay.
It's bad things. Bad things happen.
Sometimes I just randomly smile because I feel like it's cool to smile.
And that's why you shouldn't have a girlfriend?
What?
Smile?
No, that's not what I said. Okay.
Now, there's 3 other members of the Crew.
Brandon, Caleb, and Aaron. Shout out. Love you all. You're awesome.
And Caleb, how many pairs of Converse does he have?
I think he has 2.
And why
Blue and red.
do you guys call him Batman?
I don't call him Batman.
He deserves to be called Batman.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Why not?
Because he's not.
Why?
There's so many reasons.
2.
Okay, 1, I could take him in hand-to-hand combat. 2, he doesn't have a grappling hook. 3,
I said 2.
if he was Batman, we wouldn't know he was Batman.
That's
there you go.
very
So
true.
you don't know.
Yeah, I know he's not Batman
How?
because I know Batman.
Or
very
that could be
personally.
his cover that he goes around
Exactly,
telling
that's what I'm
everybody
thinking.
that he's Batman.
No, 'cause that works so well in the
Batman's
actual
a
movie.
male. He's a male. Come on.
Batman's a
1 and 2
billionaire
together.
playboy. Caleb has a Mustang.
Yeah, put 1 and 2 together.
You get 5.
Now, other than Star Wars, comics,
Pokemon.
gaming, and Britney Spears,
What?
what other topics do you guys have other than Brandon continuously bringing up Taylor Swift, of course?
I mean,
No.
we have Brandon bringing up Hawaii.
Right,
he loves
true.
Hawaii.
Brandon bringing up weather drones.
I have a relationship with the word fizzle that just goes back to deep internal suffering that I am currently seeking therapy from Caleb. He's giving me therapy about this.
And I like to ask people if they want to make $500.
Nice. Now, I wasn't your 100th like on Facebook, but can I come hang with you guys sometime on the Crew?
Anytime.
Absolutely.
We will buy you wings.
Are we up to 1?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I will definitely be there. You can catch the Crew on GCTV. Check your local listing for channels and times. And in case you've missed them, you can catch past episodes on their YouTube channel, GCCC 1957. Thank you guys for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Stay cool.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Dad.
Back to here.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
Until next week, I'm Michele Negri.
And I'm TJ Schrier, and we'll see you on the other side.